This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, yeah. Good morning to all of you. And today we are going to discuss about what is SAP and what is basis. Because of the market, we have number of technologies. So if you take SAP, we have number of modules like SAP ABAP, SAP FICO, SD, SAP MM, PM, QM, HR. So number of modules are there. Even if you take SAP, so nearly 200 plus modules, including SAP basis. So why we need to learn SAP basis only, apart from the number of modules? Why we need to learn SAP basis? So what is the the difference between SAP basis consultant and other modules? So as a basis consultant, in real time scenario, so what are the major roles and responsibilities? So today we'll discuss all these things. So my request is please mute all of you. So if you have any queries, once the demo session is completed, so we have time, we'll discuss one by one question. So please note down the queries, whatever the queries we have, please note down. So once the demo session is completed, we'll discuss. SAP basis first. What is SAP? And what is SAP basis? Why SAP basis only? So because in SAP we have number of modules. Already we discussed 200 plus modules in SAP. But why we need to choose basis only? And roles and responsibilities. And finally, what about the job security? We will discuss these points in our today's session. One second, I will join in 1 minute. Yeah. So in our today's session, we are going to discuss about all these points. What is SAP? What is SAP basis? And why SAP basis only? We have number of modules, so number of technologies in the market. But why we need to choose SAP basis only? Why other modules in SAP, like why SAP ABAP, why SAP FICO? Means why not SAP ABAP? Why not SAP FICO? Why not SAP SD? SAP, why not SAP MM? But why we need to choose SAP basis? And as a basis consultant, what are the roles and responsibilities in real time scenario? And job security. So once we completed the SAP basis course, what about the job market in the in SAP companies? So we'll discuss all these points. Myself, this is Surya. I'm having 10 plus years of experience in SAP basis and SAP S4 HANA and SAP HANA database. So till now, I have successfully completed, I think, 200 plus batches. So including classroom, online, and the corporate training also. So present I'm working as a corporate trainer for HCL. So this is my experience in SAP. I have started my career as a basis training, SAP basis training. So in 2007, so I left my job in 2000, I think 12 or 2012. I left my job, and from 2012 onwards, I'm working as a SAP basis trainer because I'm very interested for teaching. That's why I'm working as a basis trainer with corporate trainer also. So this is my experience in SAP. So coming to the subject. So first, what is SAP? So SAP, so please remember SAP is a company name. SAP stands for Systems, Applications, Products in Data Processing. So SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. So SAP is not a word. We should call as SAP only, not SAP, because this is not a word. This is a company name. So in real time scenarios, even in our training sessions also, we should call as SAP only. For example, whenever we attend an interview in SAP basis, by mistakenly, whenever we pronounce as SAP, so our interview is not successful. They will drop. So we should call as SAP only. Please remember. So systems, applications, and products. Systems means in SAP we are using operating systems like Windows, Linux, that is Red Hat Linux and the SUSE Linux, and AX, Mac OS. So we are using number of operating systems. All the operating systems, whatever the operating systems are available in the market, we are using all the operating systems for SAP and applications. We have different applications in SAP. That is SAP ERP is one of the application. SAP CRM is one of the application. SAP SRM, CM also. So we have no space. That's why I'm not mentioned. Applications SAP ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, SAP CRM, Customer Relationship Management, SAP SRM, and SAP S4 HANA is also one of the application. And product means, for example, if you take SAP Solution Manager is a product. Soulman, we are called as Soulman. Soulman is one of the product. So we have number of products. One of the product is Soulman. So SAP stands for systems. By using operating systems, by using applications, by using products, we can process the data. That is, so that is stands for SAP. SAP stands for systems, applications, and products. Systems means operating systems. Applications means SAP applications, and products SAP products. So by using all these things, we can process the data. That is SAP. Coming to basis. So basis stands for business application, software, integration system. So this is about basis. So business application software, integrate system. So what is the meaning of integration? Basis business application software. SAP is a purely business software. So in SAP, so basis business application software for integrate the system. What is the meaning of integration? So please remember the abbreviation of SAP basis. So already we discussed SAP and this is about the basis. Business application software integration system. As a basis consultant, the major activities in real time. The first one is installation. The installation is very important. So installation means SAP installation, SAP applications installation. For example, just now we discussed SAP applications, ERP. So based on the organization requirement, we need to install SAP ERP application. And CRM, based on the requirement, organization requirement, we need to install CRM and SRM, SEM also. But the installation process is same. For example, if you have the hands-on experience in SAP ERP installation, same process in CRM installation, SRM installation also. So just a general example. If you know the process, if you know the installation of Windows 7, Windows 10 installation also same. Windows 10, whenever you have the hands-on experience in Windows 7 installation, same process in Windows 10 also, Windows 11 also. The same way, if we have the hands-on experience SAP ERP installation, same installation process for CRM, SRM, SCM also. So that is the reason in our training session, practically we are going to install SAP. First we need to install the OS, then we need to install SAP. So practically I will explain you. So same thing you need to practice in our laptop or desktop. So base is the major activities, the installation. We'll discuss more about the basis consultant. So this is about basis business application software. Integrate. So integration system. What is the meaning of integration? I will explain you one general example. This is about basis. So one general example. Suppose if I want to purchase a car, I want to purchase a car. We are going to discuss about the integration. So please observe this point. So I want to purchase a car. So I want to purchase Maruti car. So first I approach to the showroom, Maruti showroom nearby my location. So in Maruti showroom, we have number of sales persons. So I approach to salesperson. So whenever we give the requirement like the model and the features of the car. So whenever we give the requirements to the salesperson, the sales team immediately they approach it to inventory management team. So inventory management team means they have the information about the how many cars are available in the showroom, how many cars are available in the warehouse, how many cars are processing in the plant. So they have all the information. So whenever we approach the salesperson, the sales team immediately they approach the inventory management team if they have the cars to deliver immediately. So inventory management team, if there are no cars to deliver immediately, the inventory management team immediately they approach to plant plant maintenance team. So because that is a production team. So plant maintenance team. So plant maintenance team, what they are what they are saying is we don't have any raw material to start the process, to start the production. That's why inventory management team approach it to material management team, because the material management team, they purchase the raw material from the vendors, raw material vendors. So inventory management team, whenever they approach it to raw material team, what they are saying is we don't have we don't have the funds to purchase the raw material. So that's why inventory management team approach to finance team. Finance team, what they are saying is we don't have the approval to release the funds. That's why inventory management team approach to HR team to release the funds. So once the HR give the approval to purchase the raw material, so finance team release the funds and raw material team purchase the raw material from the raw material vendor. So once the raw material purchased from the vendor, in plant the production is started. So once the production is started, after 1 day or 2 day, the item is ready, means the car is ready to deliver. So it's a general example. What are the departments are involved? If I want to purchase a car, if there are no cars are available to deliver, so these all the teams are should be involved. So you observe here. So sales team should be involved, inventory management team, and plant team, material management team, finance team, and HR team. So whenever all the departments are involved, finally I can purchase the car. So behind of the car, so these all the departments are involved. So for coordinate all the departments, sales department, inventory management department, plant maintenance department, material management department, finance department, and HR department. For coordinate all these departments, so we have a software that is SAP. For coordinate all the departments. So you observe here, all the modules we are called as departments. All the departments are tightly integrated in SAP ERP. So in SAP ERP, all the modules are tightly integrated. This is general example. So sales department, inventory management department, material management department, plant maintenance department, finance department, and HR department. For example, in this organization, for example, this is Maruti, Maruti Motors. So in this organization, they don't have any software. I mean, so they don't have any software for integrate all the departments. What happened? The sales, once we approach the salesperson manually approach it to inventory management team. The inventory management team manually approach it to plant team. The plant team, so next to plant, whenever they say, so we don't have any raw material, the inventory management team manually they need to approach it to material management department. This is a time taken process. So manually it is a time taken process. So whenever we are using the SAP software, the process is very fast. So in SAP, so please remember this one, sales, that is SD, sales and distribution, finance, sales SD, finance, FICO, and material management, and plant maintenance PM, and HR, inventory management. So these are the modules in SAP. FICO is one of the module, MM is one of the module, plant maintenance is PM is one of the module, HR is one of the module. Inventory management is one of the module. So these all the modules are tightly integrated with SAP ERP software. SAP ERP software. All the modules are integrated. All the modules are integrated with SAP ERP. So ERP, that is we'll discuss later. So this is about the SAP ERP. So all the modules are integrated. Okay, so all the modules are tightly connected to SAP ERP. And for example, we need a connection. We need a connection from plant maintenance to HR department. We need a connection plant maintenance to HR. So we need a connection material management to plant maintenance. We need a connection from FICO to MM. We need a connection SD to FICO. Because of data sharing purpose, we need the connection between the modules. So, but here, please remember, all the modules are connected to the ERP SAP application. Once we install SAP, all the modules are connected to the SAP application. But there is no connection between the departments. The connection is done by the basis consultant. Connection is done by the basis SAP basis consultant. Connection is done by the basis consultant. This is nothing but integration. Integration between the modules. Integration between the SAP. This is integration between. So please mute all of you. I'm requesting. So this is integration between the modules and SAP application, and this is the integration between the modules, that is between the departments. This is integration. So that integration is done by the basis consultant. For integrate the one module to another module, we have a separate session, that is a remote function calls. We'll discuss in SAP or SAP basis classes. Okay. So this is about what is the meaning of the integration. And coming to ERP, already we discussed applications. SAP stands for systems, applications, and products. So systems means operating systems. And coming to applications, ERP, enterprise resource planning. So all of you, I think you remember. So you know this, the meaning of ERP, enterprise resource planning. So enterprise resource planning, organization how to plan the available resources. That is the meaning of ERP. For example, I have a training institute, SAP training institute. So in my institute, I have three classrooms and five modules. We are going to teach five modules: SAP Basis, SAP HANA Administration, SAP ABAP, SAP FICO, and SAP MM. We are going to teach five modules. We have three classrooms. So I need to manage. So based on the students, so I need to manage the classrooms. In the same way, here, how to plan the available resources. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. So just now we discussed one example. So in that example, we have, I think, six modules, six departments we have: sales, finance, raw material, plant, HR, and inventory management. So how to plan the five departments? So based on the Maruti Motors, they need six departments. By using SAP ERP, that is done. If you take any other organization, Reliance organization, so they have number of modules, number of departments they have. How they survive? By using ERP. So enterprise resource planning in the market, we have number of ERP applications are there. In the market, we have a number of companies are there. First one is Oracle ERP and PeopleSoft ERP and Microsoft ERP, JD Edwards, Ban and SAP. So these are the companies are providing ERP application. Oracle, we have ERP in Oracle also. We have ERP in PeopleSoft, Microsoft, JD Edwards, Ban and SAP. But SAP is the number one company in ERP. So I think 1 lakh customers in 140 countries. SAP having 1 lakh customers. Maybe that is already reached to nearly 2 lakhs customers. So nearly 2 lakh customers, 140 countries. But why the remaining ERP companies are they are not occupied SAP level? Because for example, if you take Oracle ERP, we know Oracle. So we are using Oracle is means we all the people we know Oracle is a database. So almost all the people we know whenever we are saying about the Oracle, that's a totally database related. Yes, Oracle the thing is database. So Oracle they started ERP also, but already we discussed SAP having 200 nearly 200 modules, but Oracle having less number of modules compared with SAP. That is one of the reason why it is not means SAP, all the companies are they are not interested for purchase the Oracle ERP. The first one thing is compared with SAP in Oracle ERP we have very less number of modules. The second one is compared with SAP Oracle ERP the license cost is very high. That is the second reason. And coming to the PeopleSoft ERP, PeopleSoft ERP is very famous for HR only HR activities or HR department. So whenever we install PeopleSoft ERP, that is we are using only for HR related, means a company employs salaries to run the payrolls. That is the purpose. So PeopleSoft ERP is not useful for any accounts departments. PeopleSoft ERP is not using for any sales department. PeopleSoft ERP is not using for any raw material department, any plant department. PeopleSoft ERP is only using for HR department. And coming to the Microsoft ERP, so Microsoft ERP is also called as Microsoft Dynamics. Microsoft Dynamics. So compare with SAP, Microsoft Dynamics also having very less modules. I think MSBA, Microsoft Business Intelligence, SSAS, SSRS, I think SSIS. So we have very less modules compared with SAP, even in Microsoft ERP also. Coming to the JD Edwards, yes, JD Edwards also very less modules compared with SAP. And BAN, so BAN also very less modules compared with SAP. And coming to the SAP, so SAP having nearly 200 modules, and the main thing is user-friendly application. Even 10th class pass out candidate also can able to understand the language SAP application language. So SAP is a user-friendly language. The first one compare with Oracle ERP, PeopleSoft, Microsoft, SAP having more number of the modules, that is also called as departments. So that is the reason SAP is number one in ERP. So I think nearly 72% or 73% is occupied as a entire SAP market worldwide. So 73% SAP. The remaining 27% is shared by the all these five companies like Oracle, ERP, PeopleSoft, Microsoft, JD Edwards, and BAM. So 73 companies occupied by SAP. 27% is occupied by five companies. Just you can observe the percentage. So because the thing is, so SAP having more number of modules and license wise also compared with other Oracle, PeopleSoft ERP, it's very less cost. So that is coming to the history, SAP history. SAP started by five ex-employees of IBM in Germany, 1972. So in 1972, SAP was started by five ex-employees of IBM company. First, they started one language, that is ABAP. ABAP is the first module of SAP. So first module, ABAP module. ABAP stands for Advanced Business Application Program. This is one and only programming language in entire SAP. One and only programming language. So SAP ABAP is developed from C++ language and COBOL. So by using these two languages, SAP ABAP was developed. So nowadays, whatever the mod is like, if you take SAP basis, SAP FICO, SAP SD, MM, PM, PM, all the modules are developed from ABAP only. But ABAP is developed from C++ COBOL. So these are the languages. C++ is a programming language and a common business oriented language, COBOL. So this is also programming language. By using these two languages, SAP ABAP is developed. So whatever the modules we have in SAP, already we discussed 200 modules. The 200 modules is developed from ABAP only. So next one is SAP FICO. So SAP FICO is a second module of SAP. So behind of this one, we have one interesting story. So if you take in German, it's very famous. German technology is very famous in worldwide. So if you take German, we have number of industries. So Germany is very famous for industries, especially steel industries. So one of the steel organization, steel company in Germany, they approached to SAP in nearly I think 1973 or 72. I'm not sure. So they approached to SAP because in the organization in that particular steel company, number of transactions are happened like for for steel product they are using some raw material and in the organization in that company number of employees are also there. So every month salaries, employee salaries, and uh, they need to the company need to purchase the raw material from the vendor. So in all these things, some financial matter is there. So they want to computerize all the financial transactions. So whenever the company sell the products, steel products, they want to computerize. Whenever they purchase the raw material from the vendor, they want to save the transaction. So whenever the company give the salaries to the employees, they want to computerize all the companies means employee salaries. So one of the company in Germany, they approached to SAP to develop a application for save the financial transactions. So SAP, they developed FICO. So finance and controlling. FICO stands for finance and controlling. So this is very famous in 1970s because in 1970s, so there are no application to save the financial transaction. So SAP developed FICO. This is very famous. The same company, they want to computerize all the departments, other department. FICO is one of the department in the company. So they have HR department, they have the sales department, they have the raw material department, they have the quality department. So the organization, whenever FICO is very satisfied by the company, the same company, they ask to develop the application for other departments also. So SAP developed the other departments also, that is SAP SD, sales and distribution, SAP MM, material management, and SAP PM, plant maintenance, SAP PM, quality maintenance, and SAP Basics, and SAP HR. So like this, SAP developed all the modules. So these are the main modules. If you take any organization, these are the main modules. So these modules are called as rich set of SAP modules. Rich set of SAP modules. These modules are called as SDMM, PM, QM basis HR. That is the reason if you observe any training institute in Amirpet, even in Amirpet also, they're focusing on the main these courses only. SAP Training Institute. So they're focusing on these courses because these are the sales. If you take any, for example, if you take Maruti Motors, they need a sales department. If you take the same Maruti Motors, they need a raw material, inventory management department because they need to purchase the raw material from the vendor. So if you take plant maintenance, Maruti Motors, it's mandatory plant to, to start the production. So quality maintenance. So once the product is ready, the company need to check the quality. So that's why quality maintenance and basis for for maintain all the modules as a basis consultant is mandatory and HR. So HR is mandatory to run the payrolls and recruit the employees, the human resource. So these modules are very important for all the organizations. That is the reason these modules are called as a rich set of SAP. So please remember. Yeah. So just now we discussed one point. SAP having 200 plus modules. The 200 plus modules are classified into three categories. Yeah. So this is SAP 200 modules are classified into three categories. SAP technical modules, SAP functional modules, SAP techno-functional modules. The 200 modules are classified into technical, functional, and techno-functional modules. But the thing is here, if we want to learn some modules like SAP SD, FICO, HR, MM, PM, and SAP Business Objects, that is BO, SAP BODS, Business Objects Data Structure, and SAP HANA, and SAP ABAP, we need domain knowledge. It's a mandatory. We need domain knowledge before learn the course. For example, if you take SAP SD, if you take SAP SD, If you want to learn SAP SD, first we need to learn means our background should be MBA marketing. In MBA, our background should be MBA marketing. So then only we are eligible to learn SAP SD. For example, if I want to learn FICO, my background should be MBA finance or BCom or MCom based MCom background. So if you take, I want to learn SAP HR, so my background should be MBA HR. And if you take SAP MM, material management, civil, so our background should be civil in BTech. And the plant maintenance, so mechanical background, BTech mechanical background. So our MTech mechanical background people are eligible for learn SAP PM, plant maintenance. Coming to BO, SAP BO. If you want to learn SAP BO, first you need to learn the course SQL. First we need to learn SQL. So then only go to SAP base, SAP BO to learn. And if you want to learn SAP BODS, so first we need to learn SQL, then only BODS. So then only BODS. And if you take HANA, so in HANA we have HANA administration, HANA development. So if you want to learn SAP HANA administration, our background should be basis consultant. Otherwise, if you want to learn SAP HANA development, our background should be BO, BW people. Okay, so this is, and coming to the technical modules, ABAP, already we discussed ABAP is developed from C++, COBOL. These are the old languages. So if you want to learn ABAP, first you need to learn C++ and COBOL. So then only learn SAP ABAP. But coming to the basis and security, no need to learn any course before the basis, before joining the course basis and before joining the course security. No need any domain knowledge. So I think this is one and only module in entire SAP. No need to learn any course before the SAP basis and security. No need any domain knowledge. So for learn SAP basis, no need C language, no need C++ language, no need .NET language, no need Java language. And security, actually, security is a part of basis up to 2006 year. In 2006, the security module is divided from basis, just like our Andhra Telangana. So security module is divided from basis because of what happened in real time scenario. The basis consultant, we need to work on the number of mails, like the end user, one of the end user, from one of the end user we got a mail. The mail meaning is the user is not able to log into SAP. So we need to work on the mail. So that is called as ticket. We need to work on the ticket. So at the same time, we got one more mail regarding one new employee is joined in the organization. We need to create the credentials for the new join. So it's a burden. So we need to work on the ticket. At the same time, we need to work on the user creation. So that is the reason in 2006 year, SAP they divided from the security module from basis. So nowadays, security is a separate module, security is a separate content. But the reality is, if you take in the market, SAP market, the level 5 companies only they have the separate departments. Like if you take level 5 companies, Accenture, TCS, and Capgemini. So these type of companies they have the Wipro. So like T systems. So they have the separate departments. Face is separate department, security is separate department. But startup companies, level 2, level 3 companies, they don't have the separate department for basis and security. So in this scenario, what we need to do is we should work on the basis and security activities also. So my suggestion is security is also very important. For example, we are not sure we get the opportunity in level 5 companies. Sometimes we got the offer from the level 2, level 3 companies also. So in that organization, we need to work on the basis and security also. So in our classes, we are going to discuss about the security activities also. That is, yeah, coming to the prerequisites for learn SAP basis, the prerequisites. No coding, already we discussed. For learn SAP basis, no need C language, C++ language, .NET or Java. So no no need any coding languages for learn SAP basis, and no drag and drops in .NET. So drag and drop. So we need to do the drag and drop activities. I'm not sure but in .NET we have the activities, and no SQL statement because we are not a database administrator. So in database compulsory we need to use SQL statements, and in entire basis, so we use only SAP predefined transaction codes. We are called as T codes. SAP predefined transaction code. That is the reason it's very easy. SAP base is very easy because whatever the transaction codes are, we are going to learn. We are going to discuss in our classes. The 45 transaction codes are there. The same 45 transaction codes we have in real time also. For example, if you take C class or C++ Java class, the trainers are explaining some example programs. That is example program only. That whatever the programs are explained with the trainers, that those are example programs. The same example program we should not use in real time scenario, but in SAP basis, whatever the T codes we are going to discuss in our sessions, same T codes we have in real time also. So, for example, if you take, so this is SAP, this is SAP logon. We are called as SAP GUI, graphical user interface, SAP GUI. So by using this application, we can log into SAP. So this is SAP logon pad. The version is 740. We'll discuss what is 740. We'll discuss SAP logon 740. So in real-time scenario also, whenever we double click on SAP logon, so this is so just like for example, if you want to log into Gmail, we need a browser, Internet Explorer or Google Chrome or Mozilla. We need browser. So then only we can log into Gmail. So in the same way, if you want to log into SAP, we need SAP logon pad. So this is SAP logon pad. So these are the systems: DEV, ECC 6, ECC 1, ECC EHP 8, ECC HANA Live 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, Microbyte Technologies Development System, Production System, Quality System, new S4 HANA system, S4 HANA server, S4 HANA 2020, S4 HANA. Actually, I created these logons only, but in real time scenario, so we have 3 or 4 only: dev, quality, pre-production, production, like that. So here I'm going to log into SAP. Yeah, this is SAP logon pad. Here it is showing the client. What is client and what is 800? Why it is showing 800? Actually, I'm not entered the client number. Just I double click on. So just I double click on SAP ECC 6.0. So I got this window. So it is showing client 800 and the user is empty. Password it is showing the star symbols. So I have credentials in this system. Surya, the password. Yeah. So this is the first screen. Once we log into SAP, this is the first screen. You observe here SAP menu, and this is the text box. Here we need to enter the T codes. Here we need to enter the T codes. We have 45 T codes. The main advantage in SAP basis, whatever the T codes we are going to discuss. So the same T codes we have in real time. Same T codes we have in real time. So we are not explaining the example T codes. So we don't have any example T codes also. So whatever the T codes we are discussing here, same T codes we have in real time also. This is so. For example, SU01 is one of the T code in SAP basis. This is the window, SU01 window. This is so we are using SAP provided transaction codes. We are not practicing the example tree codes. We don't have any example tree codes also. So that is the main advantage. And even if you take in this system, same system in real time scenario also. Same system. This is not a SAP, not an example SAP system. This is a real time system. So in our entire career, we are using 45 transaction codes. But the thing is, the 45 transaction codes, okay, in SAP basis. But based on the experience, for example, if I join with 2 years experience, so no need to use 45 T codes for 2 years experience. So maybe 5 or 6 T codes apart from 45, 5 or 6 T codes only I need to use. For example, if I join with 4 years experience, 10 T codes, 10 to 15 T codes. If I join with the 7 years experience, 25 or 30. So based on the experience, the T codes are assigned to you. So we are not able to access all the 45 T codes because you are the not only one employee in the organization. We have the team, minimum 10 members team if you take any organization. So the 45 T codes are divided to all the 10 people. So that is so. Coming to the roles and responsibilities, already we discussed SAP application installation. So this is the major point in, even in our resume also. So even in resume also. So this is one of our student resume. Yes. So you observe here roles and responsibility. The first point should be the installation. You observe here installation of SAP ECC 6.0 EHP versions on Red Hat Linux, SUSE Linux with Oracle HANA database. So this is the main roles and responsibility. Installation is the first roles and responsibility. So we need to install SAP systems like Windows 2012 server. On Windows 2012 server, we need to install SAP ECC 6.0. So we need to install SAP ECC 6.0. ECC means ERP, and we need to install CRM. We need to install SRM, SEM, but based on the organization only. No need to install all the SAP applications, all the companies. So based on the organization, some companies are startup companies. They have only ERP. So no need. So you can install only SAP ERP. No need CRM, SRM, SEM. So that is based on the organization. So we need to install the SAP applications and user administration. For example, uh, our organization recruited 5 employees in SAP above. So we need to give the credentials for login to SAP. For login to SAP, we need to give the credentials. So here, if you want to log into SAP, we need credentials, user ID, password. The credentials are created by the basis consultant. And client administration. This is client. Whenever we click on SAP logon, it is showing the client 800. So why it is showing client 800? What is the meaning of the client? We'll discuss in our coming sessions, means in our regular sessions. Role administration and upgrades. SAP every 6 months. So we have support package upgradations. So we need to upgrade the SAP. So otherwise we need to face the some number of bugs, that is errors. So time to time we need to update the SAP system. That is also done by the basis consultant. Backup recovery. So as a basis consultant, we need to take the backups, and based on the requirement we need to recover the SAP system. So these are the roles and responsibilities. So from my side, so I will give you soft copy, so which is prepared by me, and daily recording sessions. So once our class is completed, the same day I will share the recorded session, and I will prepare a resume based on your based on your requirement. Like some people they want to prepare a resume with a 2 years experience. Some people they want to prepare a resume with a 4 years experience. So I will prepare a resume, and I will take the mock interviews also. And every week we have a separate session for interview questions. So from our side, daily at least one or two people are they are going to attend the SAP basis interviews. So they collect all the interview questions. So on Friday or Saturday we have a separate session to explain the interview questions. So that is from my side.